And I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to motivate yourself sometimes. It really, really is. When you're working for yourself, it's really, really difficult to what we do with our time and who we choose to spend our time with and how we give people access to us and what that looks like in terms of respect. Hey everyone, it's your girl Naya, aka Princess Naya, and it's that exciting time. It's the wrap up of the week. And this week, one of my biggest challenges was getting myself back into the gym. Now, for all the parents out there, every parent that I've seen this last week, it's been like a high five. It's been a pop, 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 because all the kids have gone back to school and we're able to start to see some type of normalization. You're able to gather your time together and you're able to know that your risks are lower. The kids are not with you, so you have less risk. we're less risky when the kids are safe at school. I hit the ground running. I was back in the gym 4 days out of the 5. My body is in absolute pieces. I managed to do a work date with one of my besties. Yeah, that was really empowering to me. It gave me the uplift that I needed and also reminded me that health is wealth. Without continual training to feed your mind, body and soul, it's just going to be that much harder to push yourself and elevate and get that little bit more forward, especially as an entrepreneur and a founder, even as a musician, as a creative. Whenever you're working for yourself and you are spending a lot of time on your own, it's really important to get the oxygen pump into the brain and get out and do the damn thing. And I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to motivate yourself sometimes. It really, really is. And my tip for that is just do a class. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I see 76-year-old Carol or I don't know, Susie hitting the ground, squatting very, very low, it inspires me to say, yeah, now come on, you can do way better than that. Another thing this week that stood out to me is what we do with our time and who we choose to spend our time with and who we give people and how we give people access to us and what that looks like in terms of respect. This week I found myself in a couple of cancelled Zoom meetings, and however much I love a Zoom, because obviously it's very, very convenient, at the same time I think Zoom has kind of bred this nonchalant, oh yeah, sorry, can't really do that time again, are you going to be free in like an hour? And I feel like when you're working for yourself, it's really, really difficult to, I've created a time for you and you don't know what it looks like from where I'm standing. You don't know what I've got in front of me. You don't know how many fires I've put out, and you don't know how disciplined I have to be to make sure I'm available for the time that we've set out. So when somebody else doesn't, it just kind of gives you the impression that they don't value your time, they don't respect you, and they don't feel like your time is worthy. When in fact, maybe that's not it. And maybe other people, and there's a lot of other people in the world, we're all different, they don't take their time as seriously as probably I take my time. Like I was talking to one of my friends and was just discussing some business stuff, and he laughed and he said, yeah, I hear you in the complaint, but what you have to remember is the average person ain't getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every single day and attacking the 24 hours the same way that you attack the 24 hours. Yeah, I'm up at 4:35 every single day. Every hour that I'm awake, I am allocating to some type of move forward. I'm challenging myself. I'm putting myself in a place of learning, of execution, of how am I going to move to the next level? How do I get my mind right? How do I get my body right? How do I get my eating habits right? How do I be the best mom? How do I be the best leader? And I'm forever working on myself. So if I'm stopping working on myself to have a meeting with somebody, then it has to be really, really worth it. And if that person doesn't make the meeting or for whatever reason, then for me, I just feel like, but do you know what I've done, like what I've been doing all day and what it's taken for me to down tools to give you time to talk to something that is for you, that's got nothing actually to do with me. But at the same time, it's like, okay, cool, maybe I need to learn to set better boundaries. I need to explain that, you know, my time is precious. Or maybe I don't need to explain. And maybe I just have a one strike rule. You mess up once, I give you another chance. And then if you mess up after that, it's goodbye. And yeah, please leave your comments below. I love to hear people's opinions. I mean, if anyone has an opinion on how I can manage this odd socks epidemic that I'm dealing with in my house, please tips to leave a tip below.